Hi guys, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela WebDev. In this video, we will learn about the important concept in the JavaScript, that is nothing but debouncing. So what is this debouncing? If you are a web developer, you might have encountered situations where you need to optimize the performance of your code that runs repeatedly within a short period of time. For example, let's say that if you are having a search bar and search bar that fetches the data from the backend as the user types the data in this one, or a resize event handler that adjusts the layout of your page. In these cases, you don't want to execute your code too often as it might cause unnecessary network requests, a laggy user interface, or a high CPU usage. So we don't want to do that one. So in that scenario, if you want to use it, so to solve this type of problem, we use a technique called as in debouncing and the throttling. So what is this debouncing first? So debouncing is a technique that delays the execution of the function until the user stops performing a certain action for a specified amount of time. So I will try to show you a simple example with a search bar, that whenever the search bar is there, if you are having a search bar and whenever the user types that search bar, we need to all the time when the user inputs the data, we should not search the data from the backend. So when the user stops typing the data, then after a few seconds, then we need to make a API request call so that there will not be an overload on the server. So that is the thing. So for this one, to implement this debouncing in the JavaScript, we use a timer variable to track the delay period. We use the set timeout function to set a timer that will execute your function after the delay period. You can also use the clear timeout function to cancel the timer if the user performs the action again and again before the delay period ends. So I will try to show you a simple example for this one where this debouncing actually will be very much useful for us. So let's try to implement that one. So for this one, what we will do is, so I will create an HTML here, okay, and in this HTML I will have a simple div, and in this one I will have an input type is equal to text, and this one I will add a search bar, okay, and this is our input text, and here you will be able to see an input text here. Why it's not coming? Yeah, input text. And for this one, below this one, I will have another one that is nothing but search results. So I will show the search results for this one. Now what is the scenario I want to show it is, so whenever users types Apple or anything, so if the user goes on searching for this one, so we should not make a network calls. If user types and stops for a particular period of time, something let's say that 500 milliseconds or anything, then we need to take the data and we need to call the network call. So that means instead of calling the network call 3 times, so we will be calling only in the third time. So that means only one request call can be made with the app like this. Instead of sending app like that all the time when the user typing the data, we will send when the user stops typing the data. So for that one, so I am creating a search box, and here in the search results I will be showing the data. And let's go to the JS file, and for the JS file what I will do is I will write the script file here, type is equal to text/javascript, okay, and the source is equal to what we can do it is test.js, okay. So this is our script file. Let's go to the test.js file, and here in this one we will try to write it. So first one will be the function, so we need to get the search results, okay. So I will try to get the search results based on the query. Query means nothing but what the user has typed it here, app like that. So first what we will have it is, so query is there, right? First we will get the results. So I have some sample data which I have copied it. So I will try to copy this one, and here let's go into this one, let results is equal to, and I will paste it here in this one. So now I want to filter the results based on the query which I will be getting. Filter results is equal to results dot filter, okay, results dot filter of item. So I will get each item, and I will try to check item dot to lowercase is equal to item dot to lowercase, so item dot includes. So instead of checking with an is equal to, I am checking the condition whether it is present in the data or not. So that contains, so something like a contains, so to lowercase, that's it. So now we will get a filter results. Now this filter results, I am simulating an API call with a delay, that is nothing but promise. So return, and I will be sending this data as a promise. It return new promise, okay, of resolve. And in this one I will write set timeout, and here in this one for a particular period of time 300 and simulates the network time, and here I will write resolve of results. Okay, that's it, finished. So resolve of results. Now what I was trying to do it is, so we have completed this get search results. Now we need to call this get search results. So where we will be calling this get search results? So we need to call this get search results, we need to call it. So now I will have a search results is there, right? This one is search results. So now I will have a async function search handler. I will have a search handler, okay, and I will get a query in this one, and in this query, so what I will try to do, I will call this one. So that is nothing but let results is equal to await of get search results of query. I will send this query so that I can get the result, and I will display those results in the data. So display that results, display results in the results. So the results means in the results means that is nothing but the div bar. So here I will take this function display results, okay. So here I will take this one, so display results, and what I want to do it is, so here in this one display results, so what I will try to do it is, so let's take this container. So that is nothing but the results container, constant results container is equal to document dot get element by id, results container document dot get element by id of search results. So we have already added that id, right? Search results. Now results container is there, so I will prepare the HTML data. So HTML data is equal to results dot map, okay, results dot map of results dot map. So each results, display results of results, we are getting it, right? So results dot map of each item, I will get the each result, and I need to frame the div. So div here, and there is nothing but dollar of result dot name. So I want to display this name. So result dot name I am having, and here I will close the div. So this is the thing which I will be trying to do. And this HTML data, so this one you will get it as an array, and I will convert this one to a string. So dot join of, like this, it will convert to a string. So now what I will try to do in the results container, that is nothing but this one dot inner HTML is equal to that HTML data. That's it, finish. Now if you try to, now I need to call this data. So how can I call this one? So whenever we are having this document dot get element by id of search bar, okay, dot add event listener of click. So whenever the, sorry, not click, input. So whenever this input is there, so event we will go it, and here we will get a query, that is nothing but constant query is equal to event dot target dot value, and here we can call the search handler, that is nothing but this search handler. I will call this search handler of query. Now this search handler of query, what it will try to do, it will get the results and it will do it. So now if you see here, I will write apple here. So type error, item dot to lowercase is not a function. Where is that item dot to lowercase is not a function? Why it is saying like that? Item dot to lowercase. So we are getting the filter results, and I want to send this filter results here, not there. And we got the results, and I am filtering each result one by one. And item dot name, okay, this should be item dot name. Fine, hopefully this one should work. So if I am trying to do here, I am getting immediately, okay. So here I am trying to write it here, each time it is calling. If you try to see here, get search results is there, right? So this one should not be called search handler. What it should be there is this search handler or this promise should not be called. So if I try to do console.log of hi or anything, so if I try to calling or otherwise calling API, now if I try to write it here, APP. So that means it is calling 3 times. So that means I have written the 3 letters. It is calling the 3 times. So calling the API 3 times is not nice. So now we need to implement the debouncing. So that means here when I didn't completed the writing. So 4 letters I have written it and I will stop now. So that means now it needs to call the one API only it needs to call. So how we can do this one? So for this one, what we need to do is, so first we need to call the debounced search handler. So that means we need to create a debounce one. So that is nothing but constant debounced search handler, debounced search handler, search handler. So for this search handler, whichever you are trying to do it, so I am creating a debounced search handler. That is nothing but I will call the debounce of search handler. I will send the search handler and I will add a delay of 500 milliseconds. And now instead of calling this search handler, I will call this debounced search handler. Now this debounced search handler is sending the query, and this debounced search handler in return it is calling the debounce thing. So now we need to create a function debounce. So let's create the function debounce. Okay, and here it will take the function. So that is nothing but this search handler function, and also the delay. So that is nothing but the timer. So how much delay it needs to wait. So these are the 2 items which the debounce is trying to take it. Now here I will initiate the timer. Let timer is there, and here I will return the function. Okay, so return the function, and whatever the arguments are there, I will take these arguments. Okay, so those arguments are nothing but for the search handler, whatever the arguments we are trying to send it, we are sending to this function. Okay, why? Because this debounced search handler I am returning a function. In return, this debounced search handler, I am calling that one like this. So that means I am calling indirectly I am calling this function. Okay, so now this one is returning the value, returning a function, and this function, first what I will do is I will clear the timeout, okay, of the timer. So this timer I will clear it out, and here I will set the timer. So that is nothing but set timeout off, and here I will write the code in such a way that, so here it should be a delay, and here I will call that function. That function is nothing but the search handler. So dot apply, I will send the context and also the arguments, whatever the arguments we are trying to send it. So that's it. So now this is how we will be writing the code. So function dot apply, this means here this means this will be a window object. Why? Because we are calling it as in globally. Okay, this debounce is called as in globally, where it will be called with the document dot get element by id, and here when you are trying to call it is, then it will be a, like this context will be a this search this input element. So now we have completed this debounce also. Now let's try to see how many times this API will be called. So now here I am writing APP, and here see only one time it has been called. Why? Because the debounce effect, we have applied a debounced effect to this one. So for that reason, so now if you try to write APPLE means only one time only the API will be called. For example, if you try to see BANA banana means, so after 1 second it will be called. So that means here we have restricted the network request using the debouncing thing, so that it will be called after some time. So this is called as a debouncing. It is very useful when you are trying to write this type of search results and all those things. Instead of calling the network KPIs all the time, so we can call only once. So this is what we will be doing it. Hope you understood about this debouncing concept in the JavaScript. It's one of the important concepts you need to understand. If you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you.